That happened.
Mm.
All right, welcome back to episode 190 of Citizens United. Hey, Noel.
Hey.
It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it has.
Real long while. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We took the eclipse off, and we haven't seen Gail in a long time, too. Almost 3 weeks for Gail.
Yeah.
So everyone's back.
Welcome back, Gal.
Except Jerry. We're waiting for Jerry to get here somewhere. We'll see. We'll hear from him.
Yep.
So hi, guys. Hi, everybody that's here. Thanks for joining us. If you like us, send us some stars. If you don't, that's fine too. Whatever you want to do. I mean, at this point, at 190th episode, so in about 10 episodes, we got a celebration of 200. Did you? I want to find out because I know you love the sky and you love all that stuff. What did you think of it?
I thought it was, from what I could see, it was cool. I wish I got to see the full eclipse, but of course it was freaking cloudy. But when it got really dark, that was really cool.
Yeah.
I
thought the temperature change was really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome too.
Yeah, I'm glad I paid attention to it. I knew we would.
Yeah.
But
you guys had like the best spot too.
We could have, right?
You could have had the best spot.
The falls, you know what's funny? I thought this of all the talk of traffic, it seems like more people just stayed home.
Yeah.
And it also seemed to me that the falls had like a crowd, but I don't think it was like
I heard it was 45,000
at the falls.
Right, but they expected
1 million.
Yeah, 1.5 million.
But it looked like a good day. It looked like a nice, summer day in the weekend.
Sure,
like they got an extra day.
Sure, yes.
Of whatever the state wants to spend because it didn't help Niagara Falls in the least.
I mean, there wasn't as much traffic as they said that there was going to be.
No, there wasn't. Because you had a blood test in the morning and we were like, oh God, I don't know if it's going to be busy. Yeah. And it wasn't. It was actually the opposite.
Yeah.
It almost felt like a holiday.
Yeah, it was great. I went in. There was nobody in the Quest. I was like, all right.
And they were closing at like noon too.
Oh, wow.
So that was good. They didn't care. Buffy blood.
Right. Even Tim Hortons was closing for the solar eclipse.
I think Wegmans closed too. Right? Everyone was. I could see why though. I mean, everyone wants to see it.
Yeah.
No one's gonna want. Even the people that talked shit about it still wanted to see it. I noticed.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of negative.
Oh
people that were. I don't know why, and Vernon's here. Hey, Vernon. So although now Niagara Falls, they don't care, so they weren't saying nothing. Niagara County doesn't give a shit, but maybe it's better not to because the guy in Erie County, Mark Polencars, he for a week was saying, "Don't go anywhere," begging them because of the traffic. You're going to cause a problem. Don't go anywhere. Please stay home, even though it's cloudy. Stay home. You can still enjoy it with your family and all this stuff. And
I ran to the grocery store thinking like I had better in case there was like what you would do in case there was a storm or something.
Right.
Yes. I went to the grocery store and grabbed shit just in case.
Well, Polencars, the elected guy who's the county official in Erie County, this guy, hey Jerry, this guy tells everyone don't go anywhere. Don't go, please. You cannot go anywhere. You're going to cause congestion. You're going to mess everything up. Well, here's what he did, and he put this on social media himself. It isn't like someone caught him.
This all stems from a video that Polencars himself posted to social media from Ohio, where he traveled with his girlfriend to view the eclipse. Here's a look at that video that drew widespread criticism on social media.
It's nice and sunny where I am, and there's lots of people here, but unfortunately, it is not Erie County. It is Ashtabula County, Ohio, at the Ohio Welcome Center. Looks like it's going to be a good place to watch the eclipse. Unfortunately, we drove straight through clouds all the way through New York up until the Erie, PA, so I don't have a very good feeling for everyone back home. Lots of people in Ohio, lots of people in PA, but I wanted to see this in person, so here I am.
Unbelievable. So here I am. It is.
Everybody else stay home, don't
Yeah.
travel, but I'm gonna travel and see
Yeah.
it for myself. I'm gonna get a better view. As
Right.
long as you guys stay home.
And he did it right on social media himself.
Yeah, like why would you
Big
even,
buddies with Gavin Newsom.
why would you
Yeah,
even post
definitely.
a video? Why would you even make a video
Uh-huh.
just telling everybody?
I know,
to
and
stay
then
home?
here I am.
Yeah, here I am not following my own rules.
That just shows you though the politician thinking, you know,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
just that thought, like, well, I'll show everybody so it ain't so bad. I'm not hiding it
yeah.
or something because it made no sense to me. People were
What is he?
furious.
What is he?
He's the Erie County executive. Like, so he's almost like the, what'd you call him? The mayor of Erie County, the
Yeah.
president of Erie County.
Yeah.
Niagara County doesn't have that.
Pretty big.
We don't got one. For some reason, Niagara County's never had one of those. We just have the legislature.
Right.
I didn't have to get that sponsor at the end.
Yeah. Oh, he'd have definitely had it
Yeah.
if he haven't
Please.
be like a king. You would just it'd be continual. Yeah, but so this guy does that, and I thought to myself when I saw it, what an ass and how arrogant,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you had people that really loved. Like I was thinking about you actually, because I know how
Yeah.
much you love this stuff.
I would have traveled to
Yeah.
fucking
Erie,
wherever
why
I had
not?
to go. Yeah,
Right.
Just to see it.
It's only 90 miles away, I think,
Yeah.
Erie, and you go, and this
Get people not to travel.
Mhm.
and-
begging this guy.
Setting a good example. Just
He wasn't
he's
even-
arrogant.
Yeah, and he wasn't in Erie County. Think about it, that's the executive. He took off when he was expecting all kinds of chaos to break loose. But he did say, they asked him about it. I didn't get that video, but he said, I had my cell phone. I was fine. I was there. You know, if anyone needed me, call me. So that's great. He's something else, right?
Yeah.
And he knows he won't lose. That's the thing. He knows he can't lose. Who's going
Right.
to beat him? There's no Democrat
Yeah.
that's going to lose.
He's a Gavin Newsom.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. He knows what he, and I just can't believe though, like you said, Noah, why make the
Why
video
that video?
to mock everyone? Because there
Yeah.
are people that care about that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I cared about. I would love to. I wouldn't have, but I could see why. Don't you? I mean, you could see
Sure.
why you'd go. It's fun. It was unbelievable,
He's
actually.
a Democrat.
Oh yeah. That they all please. I mean, he's just goofball.
He's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
I mean, there's some. I don't know. I can't even imagine. But anyways, that's what they think, and that's how they are. And you've seen things like that here with the mayor and other people.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know.
Posting on his Facebook page.
hmm Yeah. He don't even care. I still can't believe. Like I thought when I first heard, I thought maybe someone caught him doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and they filmed. All right, now he's caught. He didn't even. Wasn't apologetic at all. Like he did. The guy asked him on Channel 2, if you could do it over again, would you have thought maybe do it differently? No. No. It's an absolute, no, I would not. Yeah.
At least he's that honest in that way.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
He's an honest asshole.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Before we get into some sexual assault stuff, I want to talk about some things happening in the city for you guys. First off, you know the Tops on Portage Road?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is now a police substation in there. In there. So when you walk in, I noticed it the other day. It's in there. They were all, you know, of course. I don't know why it's anything to applaud, but you know, the people, the mayor's there and all the different, and they're cutting a ribbon. I don't know why you're cutting a ribbon.
Yeah, congratulations. Your city's so full of
Yeah.
crime that you need a substation in
No.
the supermarket.
Yeah.
Here's something that's funny about that. Oh, go ahead, Jerry.
No, keep going. I was just going to add that, speaking of police, we lost 2 other officers in Salida, just south of Syracuse today.
Oh, I saw that.
Routine
Yeah.
traffic stop. He was suspicious, and they were both blown away.
Jeez.
Yeah, well, I just want to know if they're going to get a parade and a gold casket
Right.
and a funeral nationally televised, which they should.
Yeah.
Which they should. I just want to.
Right.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. No, but in here in the falls at the Portage Road Tops, I had put it on our Citizens United page and I had said, well, at least maybe it'll make the people that work there and those that shop feel more safe. No, that wasn't good enough. These people are arguing over the Jim Perry says, the guy who runs the council now, whatever, he says, no, that's not what this is for. This is for community outreach. This is so we can get to know the people.
What?
Are you kidding me?
What?
It can't, it's not community outreach. If that's what it is, then it's stupid. Then,
Yeah.
then it's
Right.
dumb.
Get to know what? The produce that I buy?
Yeah.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's it.
you have issues there. Just go talk to someone who works there.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
we'll have
see
to
it
put a
all the time.
policeman in every aisle.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a little
So it's
substation.
crime.
Every aisle should be a substation.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
metropolitan.
Now I hope the substation will have people in it, but the way it sounds from him is like it's some kind of a clown show. Like we're out here for community outreach. So the people and the police will like each other.
Jesus.
Come on, man.
That's not.
Ask my friend, you know the guy who works in frozen foods. He's been there in dairy forever. The things he tells me, I told you the story about one time there when the lights go out. I was there doing Instacart. I'm in the back in Portage Road where the meat is. And all of a sudden, a blackout. Black as can be. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face.
Really?
Maybe for 10 seconds. You hear smash, bang, crash. There's bottles being smashed. And I hear some woman say, get off of me. And then the lights go on. And I'm looking like, what the hell's going on? And the guy that I know comes over. He goes, oh, yeah, don't worry. That happens all the time.
Shall we smash the pickle?
He goes, yeah, for some reason, when the lights go off, they go and smash pickles. I said, who does this? That's I'm serious.
It's like a game, man.
Then I was there and I'm watching it. It was like Pac-Man. I'm watching this guy who had 2 things of like those big cans of beer.
Yeah.
And he's walking around and I see the people fast walking behind him. He's going, and they're like, stop. He does stop. He opens up and drinks them like Stone Cold and then smashes them and runs out. And the people, it was the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. So don't tell me you don't need police there. I mean,
yeah,
you do need help.
I see all the time on Facebook that there's shit that happens at that Tops. Like there's always crime there.
I'm in there a lot.
Yeah,
And
we go there.
well, I run in.
Well, you'll run in.
You
Yeah.
can't go
You
over
know,
now. But
just to feel the psychology of the whole thing, to know that that girl, it's that bad.
Right.
You have to have that. And we just came back from Florida, and I talked to some of the neighbors around my brother's house, and they love it.
right.
They love the law and order down there. They absolutely love it.
You're allowed
Yeah.
to carry now too.
And as
Yep.
far as like just to say, how these people have been squatting, going in people's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They had a commercial down there, and there's the sheriff. He goes, if you find somebody squatting in your house, shoot them.
Oh, wow.
He goes, shoot them and save us the time and the money spending on these people.
What a
Shoot.
difference, huh?
Yeah, he goes, they're not allowed. He goes, that's somebody invading your home.
Damn, I wouldn't
He
go
goes,
that far.
no. People have been killed.
Right.
And
And,
everything.
even here, if somebody is squatting, you can't get rid of them.
Yeah, then the crazy process.
Yeah.
It's almost like an eviction process, right?
And,
Or
and
something.
it even takes longer
You're-
than a
People-
3-month eviction. Like you can't get rid of them.
People have been attacked and everything in their own building.
Yeah.
Like say I still had grandpa's house
Yeah.
and it was vacant and somebody decided to go live in there, I couldn't get them out.
And I'd probably get arrested if I went in there and tried to make them get out,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
you would,
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like if I drew a gun on them here, I'd be going to
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
Down
have
there.
the right
Yeah,
they
right.
do.
Right.
That's so
That's weird, right?
backwards.
Yeah.
I tell you, somebody walks into you, that's what you say. They walk into your home, you are allowed to shoot them. And he goes, if you're going to shoot them, he goes, kill them. He goes, save us the time and wasting our time with people. I'm not kidding you. It was we saw
That's
the commercial.
unbelievable. Yeah. Well, if
I
they're
wanna
in your
move to
home,
Florida.
you got to have reason. Like, isn't that how it works here? Like, if I shot someone who came in here, it would have to be what they were doing, if they were going the other way, what direction they
Oh,
were
yeah,
walking.
They have to
They
come
would-
at you. You
Right.
can't shoot them in the
They have
back.
to
They would
probably
analyze every aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
everything
can
I
look
do.
for any angle to get you in trouble.
Because we saw that guy in New York City. That remember the guy who owned a corner store, and they went in there and beat him up, and he shot him, and he got arrested and brought to prison,
Yeah.
and then they did let him out though. They did, but
Yeah,
they arrested him though.
for a long time.
Soldiers.
Yeah.
They could be having a gun pointed at them.
Mhm.
But they're not allowed to shoot them unless they shoot first. So by the time
I'm
they have to
dead,
wait
yeah.
for them to shoot them
We're dead.
and aim where there isn't a helmet
And
or a gun.
the Texas, the old guy and his wife and all the illegals were coming over on his land.
Right.
And it was at night. Somebody shot one. They arrested him. He's still in prison. He's still in jail. And the wife it's a big story that comes up every now and then. But he said he was finding people he had no idea who they are, threatening them and everything. So he finally shot them. And from what I know, he's still in jail.
You know what's amazing about this place with this substation? I was going to tell you guys, and I'm looking on social media about it. People are arguing. Some people are saying that what we're saying kind of, it's good. I was saying it. I'm glad it's there. Maybe because I'm thinking of the people that work there.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes them feel good. At least they're safe feeling.
Safe, yeah.
People, no, that's not the reason. Whoever, it's so funny. Those that support the mayor are trying to say, no, it's only for outreach, as if we don't have a crime problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And the others are kind of saying something different. I don't even know how it becomes a
And what do
political
they
event. I mean,
explain outreach as?
Oh,
What's their
it's-
definition of
yeah, I played basketball with everyone,
yeah.
played throw the ball around. I don't know where that's going to happen in Tops on Portage Road.
Right.
So that's just weird. Here's the outreach. Help the old lady. That's what you should do. The good outreach would be watching like Jerry said, watch the aisles.
Yeah, or you
Watch
know
the
what they
person
should
going
do?
out to
all
the-
the people that are in that tower that have to unfortunately walk over with
Help
their
them.
Yeah, it's police
what?
tower.
Yeah, why doesn't somebody help these old people and these disabled people who are, you know, walking and through the snow and the heat
Right,
and
right.
all that to get their groceries and get back over there? You want community outreach, carry some bags.
You know where's a bad spot, and I go in and out of there with the Instacart, is when you get to the outside, there's a lot going on. There's either people begging for money, there'll be someone who wants to play a card game with you. There's all kinds of stuff happening. So that's somewhere they might want to look to. Because remember I told you the one time the guy was on my trunk and he wanted to do stuff with the ball and the
Oh my
fucking-
God.
and then
Okay, so when you come
yeah.
out of the store,
They're right there.
He's trying to do it.
It's like going to go.
Yeah.
Go to the city market, to the pizzeria in the city market. And a lot of times you're approached. David, where were you sitting in there one night eating?
Yeah.
And they came right in and they were asking us for money. And the
They were
woman,
trying to sell razors, like those shavers.
Oh, geez.
and then finally one of the waitresses came out and told me, I told you before, I'll have you arrested. And then all the racial stuff started coming out. And she said, leave now, so I'll have you arrested. She said, I'm so sorry. And I said, sorry.
Have you, real quick, did you see what's going on the message board here at all?
I seen what Mallory
Okay.
said.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna check that when I get out.
Hey, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
Okay.
What else was I gonna say? So yeah, that was that thing. I thought that was interesting, and good for them. I don't know why if you're the mayor or whatever, or you're Jim Perry, why wouldn't you just embrace it and say, yes, we are putting people there to help
Right,
people be
right.
safe. Yeah, just
Yeah,
what's the
it
big
actually
deal?
would make it look, we're fighting crime, we're trying to do something.
Yeah,
Right.
I would.
That's the end of it.
Yeah. So what's your problem? I don't know. It's stupid.
I mean, I think it's a really good idea because there's a lot of people that have to shop.
Yeah, they have no choice. They can't get out to 72nd Street
Right.
cops or
I mean, if
wagons.
you're gonna solve a problem, you gotta first admit you have.
Right.
That's the truth, and that was just I couldn't believe
What's
it.
wrong with that? That being honest like that.
Yeah.
Of course, in Publix in Florida, they bring your groceries out to your car for you.
Oh, nice.
They do.
I'm moving to Florida.
They
Yeah.
bring your groceries, they carry all the bag, they put them in your car.
We're in the wrong place.
It's a free state versus what you have here.
Yeah.
There is a big difference. South Carolina's good too. I mean, from what I
Right.
talk to people, I really, me, I talk to people and they love it.
Well, I know Tennessee's good.
Yeah.
I know that's another place
Yeah.
you might want. Anywhere. I guess it's the South. It's just
It's out.
probably the
Yeah.
entire Southeast Conference.
Yeah.
Thing. I
Right.
mean, I'm sure Georgia's a little rough. I guess Atlanta's.
Georgia's-
You might want to watch.
Yeah.
Georgia's a tough one, but let's say Alabama, Arkansas, you're going to be okay.
Right.
It's a different world. Let's put it
It's
that
a
way,
different world.
which is
It really is.
crazy. All around the country, it's a different world because I remember being up in Minnesota and on that felt different. That was way different than here. It was just the whole thing. Much better.
We pulled into Yamasi, South Carolina, and I had the RV and I pulled in and there was a guy with a New York plate. He goes, hey, I'm from New York too. He goes, what part you from? I go, I'm from the good part. I'm Western New York, away from the city. He goes, yeah, me too. He goes, I wouldn't go to New York City if you paid me. And there was a couple Southern folk. And they're going, is it really that bad? I go, yes, it's really that bad.
We were in Port Royal. Remember that? When
Yes.
we drove to Florida, that's where we stopped. And this little hotel where we got stuck in the elevator. And she was going nuts in the elevator,
Well, because what are you
jumping
gonna
up
do?
and
He's
down
like,
like
stop it. And I'm banging on the door.
I was waiting for the thing to fall. I was waiting for the elevator to fall down.
Well, but what are we gonna do? Just sit there and wait for it to fall?
You were going to help it along. No. But,
How long ago was that?
oh God, the kids
yeah,
were little.
yeah, that,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a while. We drove there. My van blew up. That was nuts.
Oh, you had a really good time.
There's a lot going on there. We spent like a couple $1,000s to get the car back in order so we can go home.
yeah.
That was crazy. We were in Florida stranded. I blew the whatever gasket. I don't know.
Yeah.
What I did.
Oh my gosh.
And then you overfilled the oil.
Oh my God. That
And
was,
then
Then I
we
blamed
got to the
them.
place and the people are like, "Oh, there's too much oil," and he's like, "Really? I don't know how that
I
happened."
said, oh my God. I said, you
How
can't.
that happened?
I said, well, the people, you can't trust them no more. That's
what he said. I'm like, oh.
it was, but it took some, yeah, I think, because didn't our oil start mixing with the
Okay, ladies.
The oil, yeah, the oil was mixing with the antifreeze.
Yeah.
Is what was happening. So it's just a circus.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know what is this guy saying?
The elevator story. It's good.
And he's pushing a lot of time.
What is he saying?
On the street and not going to say it. I'm
Oh, okay,
guessing.
all
I
right.
think I know.
All right, yeah, let's not.
Oh, I know what he's
Please.
talking about. I know
It's a
what he's talking
nonstop. Where's my thing? We did have it up, this thing earlier. So there you go, folks. Don't forget our disclaimer. The next
Every time for
yeah, we got to have him on again someday in person. Oh my God. Remember that day? What was it? It was a FOSO thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best. I'll never forget.
He was in that little corner.
I gotta find that video. That was
Yeah.
the best. Your face was
Yeah.
priceless.
It was crazy. Yeah.
You just all of a sudden go,
I was shocked that I said, I'm going to say it. And he said it all.
From Wade's bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Live from there. So the next thing in the city real quick is I don't know if you guys saw it. You're on vacation. You might have the DPW guy, the leader, the director of DPW. He put out a video. I wish I'd had the video. Damn it. He put out a video where he's sitting. It looks like he's in a hostage situation. He's sitting like this with a clock over his head. He's just sitting there and he starts talking and he's like, judgment is coming. The homosexuals are going to get it. And he's just like all this kind of, remember all this stuff. And it's on Facebook. He did it himself. He put it out there. Now he's the head of public works, the director. The deputy director, of course, is Ken Tompkins. So think of that. And he is talking on there and saying this stuff. So now all of a sudden, though, after that, that's him. A page comes up on Facebook. I don't think it's really him, but it was someone. And it's now saying all this stuff, crazy stuff, saying that I exposed myself at a school. I've been in prison for 7 years. I was in prison for 7 years. That's why I don't like gay people. Because the whole thing on that video that was him was really anti, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It was pretty much anti-gay.
Yeah.
So anyways, okay. And it was crazy. Now he makes probably he makes good money down there. The director's probably 100,000, I bet. So he tags the mayor, and this is the worst part. After all the things on the bottom, he tags and the Ristinos entrust me to lead the city at Department of Public Works. But guess what? The Ristino, they didn't fire
I'm
him.
so sick of people saying the Ristinos.
Yeah, 'cause I'm not
like,
them.
like we're
I
one
disavow.
big group.
I disavow them. Yeah, that's not me. I don't do that because they didn't
And
fire
don't
him.
do
He's
that
still
to my
there.
kid's last
How
name.
could he still be?
He's still there. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I asked Mark Shear today. Did anything happen with this guy? No.
Did Mark
No.
Steer do anything?
He did this. Right on
There was
Facebook.
something on Niagara Gazette's Facebook page. That was it, but nothing really. Just a story. You know what? I could find that Facebook page. You might be able to. Yeah, see if you can find it. It might even be on Citizens United page. I think it definitely is. So if you keep scrolling back, and then you could show them, or we could even play it so everyone could hear it again. But he leads. Think about it. It's one of the biggest. It's the best. It's the biggest department in the city, next to police and fire, but probably just as important because without them, then you wonder why now this roads don't get plowed.
Right.
When this guy's the boss.
Right.
Why they would hire him?
I still don't understand why the mayor is so quiet about it. It's being tagged. But
You got it? Yeah, let me see this. All right, listen to this thing. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
You gotta turn
All
up
right,
the volume.
I'll turn up the volume. Hold on. Oh, good Lord, I'm shutting it off. Sorry, guys.
Can't see you.
Just want to expose all the homosexuals. That word is exposure. He wants us to know that exposure is coming to the house of God. Hear me. Just want to expose all the homosexuals. All the liars. All the cheaters. Everyone that is contrary. Contrary to his word. All those that have been misleading the people of God. I want you to understand this must happen because Jesus had already prophesied that there would be many cries and sad. We're in the last days, people of God. For those that continue to hide behind the beards,
future. Cover up the homosexual acts of these husbands. Pastors, teachers, prophets, evangelists, pastors, bishops, archbishops, chief apostles.
Chief apostle.
2024 will be the year of exposure.
All right.
He's a couple good ones.
He's got more here, but I can't go
Oh, my Lord.
another 3 minutes of that. But he's in charge of your part. He's in charge of your Department of Public Works.
That's why your streets don't get plowed.
Holy God.
And they did not fight. Now, if I heard this, they're afraid to fire him because second in command is Ken Tompkins, who has no business being there, obviously.
They'll cry racism, I'm sure.
But he's got to be fired.
I wonder what this guy thinks about.
Oh,
I wonder what this guy thinks about Ken Tompkins' act and his acts.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's what he's talking. Maybe he's going to reveal his exposure.
Tompkins is a swinger.
Alleged swinger.
Allegedly.
Should have been fired. Yes, should have been fired. And I don't know why he's still there. It's a lot of money we pay him too. Think about that. We pay him and they keep it going. Why would the mayor not relieve him? I mean, it's easy. That video is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have that. Sit the guy down here where
You're gone. You're
Right.
You
fired.
can't have that.
I heard a rumor that the mayor was meeting with, and I don't know if this is true or not, was meeting with the black churches around town to figure out what to do. At that point, he should be fired too. The mayor should be fired.
Yeah.
At the point that he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do. He has to go look in.
So he should be fired.
That's what.
That's a political way.
Well, and that just tells you that he's only the DPW director for one reason, is because the mayor
Politics.
wants the
Politics.
yeah.
It's political. It's
Yeah.
all political.
He thinks if he appoints a black DPW director, that's going to
Yeah.
get the black vote.
Exactly.
Right.
And if they knew what he really thought of them, not a one of them would vote for them.
And you know what else? If he
He
knew,
sure knows how to take a knee. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, but
they should. He'll do anything, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, they should though. I mean, there's a guy out there named John Queso who was really good at it,
he was good.
and they could have just hired him. He'd been there forever,
Yeah, right.
and they didn't hire. I don't know why they didn't keep him. And now would be the time to fire this guy and go beg him to come
When
take
did they-
control.
I'm sorry.
While you guys were away,
Yeah, right. I mean,
he's still there.
fire that guy.
And it appears from what, and I got to say this, I have to say this anonymously, because it's someone we all know who told me this, and you all would trust this person, I'll say it after the show,
Okay.
said that, and this is alleged, that on that, everything that you read from that fake account called Fakins is true. That the stuff that, just all of it is true.
I know.
The fighting,
Somebody was on our podcast when we first was talking about it, and they were saying that that's true.
right.
And it's all true.
Yeah, that it's all true. This stuff is, and whoever made the fake account is someone who works down there who wants him gone. You know, there's obvious reasons why you want him gone.
Right.
He put on there that he's a dictator. Don't forget, I'm a dictator. I run. That was the whole thing on his.
Holy.
I'm the boss. I'm the. So, yeah, this one says it's true. Here, Tracy. But why the mayor wouldn't just easily, city administrator, go relieve him of his duties? Simple. I mean,
He doesn't do anything, period.
no.
I hate when they use Jesus and God and something. They try to blanket their statements with that. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
unbelievable how people use religion to their own tool.
Yeah.
I was looking at this guy's thing too. Someday look at his resume.
It's a joke.
I don't understand how you could have found this
Yeah.
guy. And I don't understand when you had John Queso there, why you just didn't let him do it. I mean,
Right.
you brought the Kinneys in to do it. Okay, fine. At least they did it, but whatever. Then they leave, you bring this guy in. Queso was right there.
Right.
I mean, he'd been there forever.
So,
I mean, no, that's Fred. And the guy who used to be at the NU games. But this John's a younger guy, but he, like I say, I remember working there a long, long time ago in the 90s, and he was there working at Lackey Plaza with the skating.
Came right out of high school, I think. didn't
Yeah,
he?
right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right out of high school or so, a little after that. He was there. So he was there for a long time.
And you just could have kept him in there and he'd be fine. He wouldn't have any nonsense. But anyways, so then, it is Sexual Assault Awareness Month,
Yeah.
April.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't really know about that
No,
because Niagara Falls doesn't do anything for it. So
no, North Tonawanda, Lockport, they don't do anything. There's
Yeah.
nothing. being
Niagara
done.
County.
Well, they do that stupid shit where they put the stuff at the courthouse and they have no business.
Well,
they have-
that's not doing something.
No, but they think they are
they think
by putting up some turquoise ribbons.
they let a serial rapist work in that
Every
courthouse.
night, the falls, unless there's something else really big going on, that should be lit up for sexual awareness.
Yeah.
Every night.
It should be announced too. That's one thing, some people aren't paying attention. The falls, what color it is. There should be something that's
Yeah.
publicly put out on TV. Maybe it is that.
But they should be doing it because, for the bills, boom, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. St. Patrick's Day, boom, they're gonna put a green in it.
The rivers go green and they put that,
so
yeah.
They should be doing it for the month unless something else important.
For Ukraine, they lit the falls up.
Yeah, for Ukraine, they lit it up.
Mhm.
Right. They're nuts.
And it was nice when we went last year. I mean, it was nice just to see that somebody took the time to recognize sexual assault.
Mayor Diodati did that.
Yeah.
They should be doing that now for,
And now they're not doing it again. I thought for sure they would just keep it going.
Yeah.
You know the date, you accept the date, you know it's true. It isn't like we're trying to pull a fast one on you, and they
Right.
didn't leave it. So they did not do it again. Unbelievably.
So whoever said that they've done it before,
Yeah.
they're full of shit because
Right. No.
they're not doing it again.
Yeah, they did
Right.
that before, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's that. And I don't know why the city of Niagara Falls. I can't believe not one council person. Isn't there a woman on the council too? I think so. And that doesn't matter. Men as well. Whatever. Come on. How can't you have a recognition? You do it for all kinds of things, and fine. I'm not even going to get into what I think of the other things. It doesn't matter. You do it for Native Americans. You do it for gay people. You do it for all kinds of stuff. And we do not even recognize it. But cities like Bowling Green, Kentucky, Carson City, Nevada, and Amarillo, Texas, that are kind of our size, do. They have a whole thing. They have a whole thing at their council meeting. They do an awareness. They do a whole thing. At least they have one day that they do it. Actually, that's the one thing. I think it's Bowling Green, Kentucky. And think about that. Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Right.
They do they have a set day. The city says this, whatever of April is Sexual Assault Awareness Day. Then the schools get involved and they start doing what they do. Here we do nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's because we're full of them.
What's Niagara Falls High School? Niagara Falls School is doing
Nothing.
nothing. 'Cause you got kids in there. Nothing for this month. That's
That's because we have so many of them here, they don't want to offend them.
Exactly.
They're afraid to leave the city
Well,
or
they
something.
twirl
Right. Or they're probably afraid to lose their vote.
Did Deister bring in a lot of them?
Uh-huh.
Well, they
He
got
said
them somewhere.
That's what he said.
Niagara Street at one
They
point.
they have to live
Yeah.
somewhere. That's what we hear from politicians and even some police.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it just wouldn't it be easy though? What a slam dunk to say, yes, I will.
Yeah.
Sexual assault aware. How I'm for it. You're probably not. I hope not. Or do you just not want to think about it? That's part of
Or
it
you
too.
just don't care.
That's a good one. Yeah.
It's not a big thing. Yeah,
It's just no big thing. It's
Yeah.
like, get over it. It's just
Yeah.
nuts. It's
you would think
move on.
now, if they don't get going on this now with sex trafficking is what it is now, you would think this would be a much bigger thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everyone knows now because of the internet. Everyone knows
Yeah.
because of what you see.
They don't.
Right.
A lot of people put their heads.
They
in
don't
the
pay
sand,
attention.
And they don't know what's going on. They don't want to know what's going on
Yep.
until it hits them and it hits home. Their heads stay very in the sand.
Somewhat agree with what Cass is saying here, but I don't. I'd have a little something here. I'll say it for you. Too many men, not enough women in politics and in places of power. Okay, I get that, but sometimes they disappoint too. Because all of them. I mean, there's one
Yeah.
right now on the city council. Say something. There was a mayor of Lockport that was one.
Right.
I mean,
Somebody
So-
lead the way.
somebody do it. I mean, I agree. I mean, I'm sure it'd be if it was more women, I'm sure we might have a better shot.
Right.
But so I agree, kind of, sort of, you know what I mean? But a lot of the women, they end up disappointing me. Too scared to open their mouth. They
Yeah.
just ignore a lot and
Yeah,
think
because
it
they
will.
got somewhere and they don't want to be kicked out of it. So
Yeah.
they just shut up and go along.
Wow.
They have their position and they're in. And so
How could you
they're
be
just
such
I
a?
think really,
How could you be such a worm?
could help the situation.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Yes.
Thank God.
You could get kids
Oh,
awareness, building their awareness against that threat, and then organizing it and having, I don't know, a parade, something.
yes.
Something where you bring in the cameras and we're
Yes.
trying to bring the public awareness up.
It's a bigger threat to them than
Sure.
Anything else.
teaching them about World War One.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's not. I know history repeats itself.
Yeah, but this
and
is a-
all
this
that
is a
good stuff,
current
but
threat.
This is something that.
But why can't we have a day? They have all kinds of, like, I remember when I was in school, you know, those what they call it, when everyone everyone goes to the auditorium and stuff.
Right.
And you,
We really should be teaching about it more in schools too.
The
Like, I
threat,
want my
every
children to
grade.
learn about
The
it,
threat,
but I want
yeah.
my children to be educated
The
about
Sound of
Yeah.
Freedom and all these movies that are coming. Go ask people how many people have seen The Sound of Freedom. You're gonna get a few.
you know what I got? You know what I want people to realize though too? It's your neighbor
Yeah.
that's going to do it to you.
Right.
It's your uncle, your
Yeah,
teacher, your this,
yeah.
your that. Someone who's
Yeah.
they might not traffic you. They're just going to rape you,
Yeah.
and then you're going to go home. I mean,
Right.
you know, and
You know, all the
that's
kids
it.
in school are being taught, you listen to your teacher. If your teacher tells you,
Right.
really, and to a certain point, they
Yeah.
really can't listen to them because they're going to tell you, get in that back room or something, will sexually assault them because they think they
Yeah.
have to listen to
Well,
them.
it's always been
Yeah.
that way, even
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
priests in the
All of
church.
it.
And you own whatever they say was.
But we're still teaching kids to listen to everything you're told. But what you really got to teach them is to listen to what you're told. But if you feel that
Weird,
it's-
yeah.
Right,
if
then
you're scared to do what they're
You can do
telling
everything
you.
that's like.
You can do everything respectfully.
If you feel uncomfortable around an adult, remember that
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Now, if Noelle and Robin were to go in to talk to third graders, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Fourth graders, fifth graders, because then you could tell, you know how to talk to them, and you let them. If they're not thinking of it,
Right.
no way. Think about yourself in fifth grade, sixth grade. I mean,
That should be an action. Really, that should be a program.
it should.
should be.
The kids are young, they already know what a sex offender is. I've already
Good. Thank God.
told them
Yeah.
about it. I've
They'll talk to
explained all to them.
And you know what? You know how many kids are coming to school every day being abused at home?
Yes.
And if somebody is
Mhm.
there that could speak up, it might help them to get out of
Yeah.
that situation
That's
long before.
Robin and I just had that conversation because what happened,
Yeah.
she's been very vocal about what happened to her when she was 12 and
Yeah.
all that. But no one around her, no one, not an adult, not a kid, nobody thought it was wrong. Nobody. Some people knew, and they just no one. And there was a ton of people that knew, or they just didn't want to look. But if someone did that, could you imagine if they went to that class and so you'd have heard that?
Yeah.
Then it would change everything.
It
Could have
took
stopped
until
everything.
the Me Too movement, honestly, for me to hear it and be like, oh wow, that's
true.
what happened to me.
Mhm.
And I think if you get in, first of all, you're gonna get kids out of bad situations, and also you can teach them ways to not get into those
Yeah.
situations.
First thing I want to teach them is it is wrong for adults and children to have sex together.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I want that because that needs to be taught. Like
Right.
that's ridiculous
Even
to
if they
say.
tell you you're mature, because that's what my parents said to me. Oh, you're an old soul. Oh, you're mature, and built me up to where I thought I was on the same level as an adult.
Yeah.
So there needs to be there's simply, that's not okay.
Right.
You got to remember. I don't care what anyone tells you. That's never okay. And I don't know why any school districts, not just Niagara Falls, all of them. I don't know anyone that does. Some of these places that I just mentioned, they do.
They have. I mean,
But they just don't care.
Thinking back over the years, I remember them having people come into the class for all sorts of
Oh,
different things.
Me too.
And talking to the kids and being uncomfortable and all that kind of stuff. But that should be solid.
And you know what
every
else?
year.
I think
Mhm.
it needs to be a little more like intimate talking too. Not like, and I take that back. I don't want her doing it in an auditorium. You need to get to a class and
Class.
talk,
More
and,
intimate.
and not just a big thing where people can, so that they can hear you.
And literally maybe take the girls one day,
Yes.
the boys another, so they're
Mhm.
not giggling at each
Mhm.
other and making each other feel, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
fortunately,
It does. Yeah, you're gonna.
Right.
It's
That's the
normal
way it is.
stuff. The
Yeah.
kids are there.
So, just take them apart and let them hear what's going on, because it just might trigger somebody to say, well, Uncle John is always at my house.
Right.
Because who else are they going to tell?
Right.
and don't make it goofy. Don't bring in any coloring books or any wacky stuff. Right? I remember that some of the wacky shit we've seen where they tried it with puppets. We don't need a puppet show. I just go in there, probably have a survivor come and talk.
And you could even have a male survivor
That's
talk
good
to the
too.
boys.
Oh, that's a great
That would
idea.
definitely be
Well, you would need that.
That's a
You would need
great idea.
Male and female.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm thinking back in my head now, all the things we had. An older gentleman, he came in. He was a Holocaust survivor, and he was explaining. The kids had no idea what that was,
See?
what it meant. And he
Mhm.
was explaining what happened to his family, and the kids were attentive.
Mhm.
They did. They paid attention. They couldn't believe it. So we need that to be an absolute program in the schools. All schools.
Yep.
Yeah, you really
But how do
do.
you get a program started like that?
Who knows? Yeah.
And go to it's got to be from federal, really. It's got to be a country thing. But in the meantime, you could start with your own district,
Right.
and then if that catches on good, and if then maybe other districts see that and they want to do it.
They have to write grants to get people. Yeah, and, you know,
Yeah.
there's people who don't even want to. They don't even want to be paid.
Huh?
got to start with.
Like, I don't want to be paid. I just want to get out there and help people
Right.
in case they're worried about having to.
Right. You don't have to pay nobody.
Right.
Start with Abbott School.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to think great.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's another thing. Look what they have as counselors and shit for these kids to go to.
You've
That's
got,
what I mean.
well, and it's still happening. I saw stories all around just the other day when we were looking up stuff for this. Teachers are still doing it. It's still happening all over. I bet you it's still happening here as well.
Yep.
Yeah, some of
but
those teachers have retired, but there's still.
there's
some
new
there.
ones.
Yep.
No, new ones step in.
Mhm.
33-year-old man I saw doing the same thing in another part of the state that they were doing back in
You gotta be
1990.
pretty emboldened when you think about it. You got to be really, really feeling safe.
Well, nobody's
to do that.
talking about it.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
we can't even get the subject out there without fighting, So I don't know,
Mm.
but I don't know.
I remembered watching a fifth grader reading from one at a school board meeting on a video I saw on Facebook. Oh,
Yeah,
nasty.
I think I've seen that video too.
So we got to just figure it out because, here's a perfect example. Listen to this. In Alabama, I wrote this down. This is unbelievable. But on Tuesday, they passed a bill that would prohibit sex offenders from being employed or volunteering as a first responder. They had to pass a bill to do this.
They should.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen to what this one state senator says.
Listen to this.
This is his quote. I wrote it word for word. You're going to blackball them. Why would you do that? Don't you believe in second chances? My background shouldn't stop me from being able to love and help save lives.
No,
Okay,
No.
but if your background involved murder, rape, something that's violent, yeah, it should stop. you.
yeah,
Mhm.
Shooting somebody, if you're out there robbing a store, shooting people, murdering people, yeah, you don't deserve a second chance on that one because whatever snapped you the first time can snap you again.
Right. And what about the victims of the first time?
Right.
Would you
obviously, this person, that guy, whoever wrote that statement, has
From
no
Alabama. too.
idea what he's done or what he's doing. I mean,
No.
it's crazy. It's all crazy talk.
Mhm.
Predators don't get second chance.
No, predator.
No.
Actually,
No.
and
They
look at
shouldn't.
D'Angelo,
You get
second
four
chance.
Yeah, you get all the chances you want.
The pack of
Lifetime
cigarettes out of the
chance.
store will give you a second chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Financial crime, second chance. Yes.
Second chance.
You're a drug addict. Yeah, second chance. If I get it. Maybe we can get you clean.
Right.
You're only hurting yourself.
Right.
You're
But
hurting other
anything to
people
do
like
with
that.
sex
Yeah.
or murder, anything like that, no, you're done.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was another story that this is in New York State. So this would go to Morinello and whatever the hell, Ort. New York State. Now, they did the Child Victims Act.
Yeah.
Well, they did that for the year and then they canceled it. And of course, we've been screaming it should be full time. Well, anyways, now people, you did this all. You're going to help these people, these victims. These freaking glasses. I hate these. But I can't see the screen without it. And anyways, these victims, you bring them in, you want that, you're going to say, okay, you're going to get justice, you're going to get justice. Okay, they come forward, they do what they're going to do. Then now, okay, here we go. It's time for justice. There hasn't been any justice because everyone's crying poor.
Mhm.
So, New York State, a couple legislators had a great idea. Why don't we make a New York State Child Victims Act fund so we can help these school districts pay what they owe? Help whoever pay what they owe for what they did. Now, a lot of people don't like that idea. They're against that. But they're damn well be sure to spend our money on the Bill Stadium. No problem. No
The
problem.
aliens,
Them guys, too.
Yeah.
Let's get a hotel for them and everything.
Right.
else,
I would-
but
You
But
saw
nothing
the
for-
Amherst, what was it, Amherst
Yeah.
or Cheektowaga?
Cheektowaga.
Cheektowaga, and then they ended up raping a couple women. You heard that story, didn't you?
Yes,
No,
I did.
I didn't.
Illegal aliens. This is what,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
6
let's put
months
them up
ago.
in a hotel. Let's just take the taxpayers' money, put them up, and then the port, was it the Maine or something?
Somebody like
Got
that.
raped by illegal aliens that were staying in there.
That's when Adams wanted to try to relieve New York City, and he shoved them down our way.
Oh,
And then,
yeah.
I don't know if it was pulling carrots, and them said, no, get them out of here.
There's a budget coming up, obviously, for New York State. So there's a bill that they could pass. It's called the Child Victims Act Fund. I don't know why I'm sure our representatives are against it. Wouldn't you say?
No.
I'm
Yeah,
guaranteeing you
there's
they're
no
against it.
appetite for it.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
they're against it. But there are people that are for it. In the Senate and in the Assembly. There are. And
It's got to hit the floor of the Senate.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be something big or Congress. I
Then
don't
have people go there and speak on it. That's what you have to have, are the people that are gonna go and stand there and tell them, this needs to be,
in
because
Albany. Yeah.
children can't speak for themselves, and when they finally get to the age where they can, they shouldn't be cut off.
Right.
Because they were
Well,
little kids.
That's the thing. I mean, what kind of message does this send to victims when you say, come forward, we're going to try to do something for you.
And
then
justice,
you
they
come-
say.
Yeah, well, there's no justice for rape.
Well, that's what they tell you.
But come forward, and then meanwhile you come forward and then you're just tortured for years by having it hung over your head
Yeah.
and depositions and this and
Yeah.
that, and you get and there's no appetite for anything to
No.
So with all the
done.
money that New York State wastes, I can't believe that Victims Act fund should be a problem. I mean, it's going to be
It
money.
will be.
Oh, it's not going to happen. I guarantee you, because that's the reason why the Child Victims Act is dead, was
Mhm.
because the politicians were getting too much heat from school districts, Catholic Church, whatever church, Boy Scout, all this shit.
Yeah.
So they
Isn't-
canceled it.
Isn't that great that all the institutions that we trust with our kids are the ones that are against the Child
Yeah.
Victims Act?
Right. Yeah.
Boy Scouts had problems, even the NHL. They found a bunch of the
Yeah.
players. Did you hear all that?
Yes.
For you, that's an old story, by the way.
Yeah.
These hockey coaches with
Yeah, when the
all that.
kids would go
So
up.
that
in
this
Ontario.
problem permeates everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just not teachers, it's everything.
No, it is.
As long as you have adults and children and you got some evil people in there,
Yeah.
And no one
children
wants
need to be
to.
protected. Jesus Lord.
No one wants to really. I mean, I can't believe that this fund is not going to. I know darn well, and I'm just going to guess that Morinello and Order no. I'm going to
Yes.
find out.
Yeah.
I got to take a look.
Mhm.
And the one guy who was running against Morinello didn't know what to even say when we asked him.
Yeah.
He couldn't even speak. He was so shook up on the question. I mean, we were talking about not term limits. We were talking about statutes,
Right.
limitations. So
Yeah. Why do you have to think about that?
that's a
Like, what
weird
is-
one.
Yeah, that's just
That's weird,
What is
right?
there to
Yeah.
think about?
pathetic.
Like, should people who get raped as children be able to come
Right.
forward or no?
The answer is no.
Like,
The answer is no. Quickly,
yeah.
they said no. They were so mad at Cuomo for doing that. They were furious because he did sneak it in the budget.
Yeah.
He snuck it in there. They didn't see it. And
they
it was
backed
during
up the
during
courts.
COVID,
Yeah.
and he did it. Good for him. Best thing he's ever done. And then they were furious about it.
Yeah.
And they had to go. And now all they need to do is help the people. What do they call it? Hold them accountable. There you go. No justice. Just hold them accountable a little bit. It's
Yeah.
really not that much to hold them accountable because they don't have to go to jail where they belong
Right.
for what they've done.
Now, I know Tim Tebow has been in front of
Yeah, him
Congress.
too. Yeah.
Mm.
I know he has. So what was accomplished by that? You guys have any information on that?
No,
No.
nothing.
I mean,
Yeah.
him and his wife,
Yes.
they're fighting like crazy. They're always on here.
They need to come to New York State or
A
something
lot of,
because this is
lot of
this
work for you.
is a state issue. I think as far as because that's who will hand out
It's
the
too bad with that, something of this
accountability.
importance that they go state by state with it. It should be nationally covered.
Yep.
Every state, I mean, how could there be a discrepancy?
Because every state is different.
I understand that, but it's so important.
But I mean, like these school districts are fighting to not to not have to be held accountable, fighting like they're fighting for their life. They are fighting.
Look what they're doing with the woke stuff.
Yeah. What are you fighting? You're fighting to pay the victims. That's what these fuckers are fighting for. You know what I mean? Think about that. That's disgusting.
Exposure.
Yeah, well, exposure. Oh. Let's see here. All right, so that's about.
In the meantime, all you could be doing is keep beating the drum.
Yeah,
My
that's
biggest
what we
fear
do.
is
Yeah,
keep beating the drum, keep doing it.
we are the only ones. I was saying it. We're the only ones. I think anywhere that does this. That would sit here for an hour and talk about the stuff we talk about.
I mean, how do you do that?
There is no one else that does this because they wouldn't think
Right.
about it. This isn't anything fun
They don't
to
wanna
talk
look
about.
bad. They're afraid to look at, people are afraid to open their mouths because they don't want to be looked at or talked about.
Where are the men of the people? You know, these are these council people here in Niagara Falls. I'm the man of the people. I'm the man of the people. We're men. Do some. Why aren't you doing this?
Right.
Why aren't this? Should be something you would be saying.
Well,
Oh, I know. Well,
I'll tell you off camera why.
yeah.
A real, true, good person running for some kind of that should be on the shield. You know what I mean?
There's been
The
nobody
protection of our
running-
children is my number one issue.
Mhm.
Nobody running for anything in our city that is going to do anything. They just take the paycheck and keep on going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's how I see it.
Mhm.
No, I agree. People are
Exactly.
too scared to do what you do for backlash.
And we have
Oh,
our
they're
laws,
allowing-
no back cash back.
Yeah.
All that. New York's, we're screwed here right now.
Oh yeah.
We're screwed.
And last thing, I guess, you see all the chaos going on around the country.
The
There's,
protests,
yeah,
they're all,
I saw them all.
it's
They're
all
kind of
been
broken them up a
organized.
little bit.
all got, and they're carrying Hezbollah
I
flags
saw them.
and Hamas. They
Saw
found them on the Golden Gate Bridge.
New York City too. Bridge.
It's ongoing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're blocking off all the airports.
Chicago,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
I saw
And
that.
they're going to. There's
Well-
going to be bloodshed, is what's going. I mean, to talk plainly, enough is enough. I mean, I'm in for You can protest
Sure.
whatever you want. You start calling death to America. I see that as a hate speech.
Well,
When you say
yeah,
death,
right.
if you said down, against American policy, fine. You start calling death to America. That's
Yeah, yeah, that's
me.
right. Yeah, no,
That
it's
to
tough.
me, that's
Tough words, man. It's tough stuff.
I say get out of America then.
I told let's get the deportation go. You get caught doing that, should lose your citizenship and get out.
They probably don't even have citizenship.
That's the thing. Get out.
Yeah, you really have to take a look and see
You
who they are.
hear so much. Get out.
How do you know now? You
Right.
let everybody in, So, and yeah, I've been watching that all day today.
We were checking it out
Yeah,
before we
we
come
were
here, and I
too.
saw all the stuff. I saw.
But there has been some fisticuffs.
Well, I'm sure.
There has been people, they blocked their airport and right face to face screaming, swings and
Well,
everything.
yeah, because I got to catch my plane, and
I
I
saw
got things,
people,
and
yeah,
they cost a lot of
flying-
money. So I
Climbing over.
and I don't
fences
care
with
about
their
either of you
suitcases.
people. Just let me go get my plane.
Right. If
I'm
I
not
was
fighting.
going on vacation.
I'm
and
not
these
throwing
motherfuckers-
punches for Israel. I want to go on my plane.
Right.
I got stuff to do.
And I got people who we talked to, and they're still against Israel. And I said, look, I don't understand it. Whether you like Israel or you don't, I don't care. But that slaughter on October 7th and the rape and
Yeah.
what they did, I go, now Iran attacks them again. It's been Iran the whole time. All the proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas,
Jerry,
Muslim.
they should probably just blow each other up at this point in time. Just enough's enough. And don't kill any more Americans while we're at it.
Well, they got Americans
Yeah.
hostages still.
Let's go home.
They killed Americans, Hamas did,
Yeah.
and they have Americans held hostage. They have 130 approximately supposedly left. Now they're saying they only have 40.
They're probably
They don't
dead.
know. They're all dead.
Yeah.
9-month-old infant
They're dead.
has been in that since this happened on
Dead.
October 7th.
Gotta be.
They're all
probably
dead.
Yeah, they're all dead.
So the same people,
Yeah, they're all dead.
these same people are attacking it. I'm for Israel. Sorry. I'm going to stand by Israel on this one. I'm not always with them, but I'm telling you, for this,
I'll give
that's
you.
the line right there for me.
For me, I stand with me. I've had it. Like I don't care no more. Not that I don't care. Look here's what I love. Defend yourself. Do what you got to do. You want to kill 20,000 Palestinians? I guess that's what you're going to do. You want to do what you want to do. They did what they wanted to do, obviously, on October 7th.
Yeah.
Iran did what they want to do.
Iran's been
So-
doing it since 1979.
Everybody
killing Americans.
take care of yourselves, please.
I hate violence anywhere around the world, but I really believe if it, like America, when Trump says America first, like I really believe America first. If it doesn't affect me here sitting in the United States, then
Some of the good
hey,
news
that's too bad. I feel sorry, but
Yeah, they don't care about
first.
me.
America first.
Mm.
America first. Trump's another thing. I got to get him back, obviously. But the good news out of that situation with Iran the other night is Saudi Arabia, Jordan, the United Arab, they all took part in fighting off those missiles.
Well,
and drones, either through intel or the French, the English. They had a coalition of people, and there's only been one injury, and that's to a 7-year-old Arab girl who's fighting for her life.
And I got to be honest with you, they should be involved. They're there.
Yeah,
That's like literally their
yeah,
continent, not continent, but they're right there.
It's their neighborhood.
We're not. They're
Yeah.
right there. Yes, and get in there and do what you got to do.
Israel's our best ally in that region. They are surrounded by nothing but hate. Okay, but the Israelites, I'll tell you, go back in the history.
I can't.
The Israelis were there long before Islam even existed.
Yeah,
If you go back in history, Islam didn't even exist.
yeah. They just need me out of it because I can't.
Well, you don't want to be. I don't want to be involved.
I don't want to be involved with
But
them. We are, and I can't. I can't do it.
There's a difference between fighting
Yeah.
and having war. But what Hamas
Yeah, that
did,
was just straight out.
if they
Fair.
should show everybody the videos, really. It's just like you're saying nobody's paying attention with the sexual stuff. A lot of people don't know what happened on October 7th. They don't realize what they decapitated infants. They gutted females, why they were pregnant, showed them the baby, executed the baby, and then executed the mother, burned whole families alive, took all the kids, you saw the videos, grabbing girls by the hair, dragging them down the
I
street,
saw some.
raping little girls so bad they broke their pelvic girdles. And they're cheering for it. These same people now just attack Israel the other day. I mean, no, I'm locked and loaded for Israel. That's just me, but that's me.
Yeah,
Until they wipe this kind of scourge out. Radical Islam is the number one threat to our country. You and everybody here and everything. We had 9/11. You think we learned our lesson? I'm telling you, it's now look how emboldened they are now. They're on bridges. They're at our airports.
We don't even know who's here.
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
And he's letting them in. He's letting them in.
Just pour in.
We don't even know who's here.
No,
I'm getting a little passionate, but you know,
No, I
I see what your point is. Like Israel, okay, we're spending a lot of our money and treasure on this country to defend them, and I see how it gets to be a problem. But
I just,
radical Islam is a problem
for
everybody.
me, the lives of the American soldiers are just so precious that
How
I
about the
can't.
lives of the Americans here?
Mhm.
You know, you know what I'm concerned about? That fucking neighbor who's going to rape my kid.
Yeah,
Right.
And then he may not be Hezbollah. I don't know what the hell he is.
He's an
But,
evil bastard,
yeah,
just like Hezbollah.
That's what I want to take care of for me. I want to take care of me and my neighbor. If we all took care of our neighborhood,
because your
we'd
neighborhood,
be good.
you are not being
Yeah.
taken care of.
right?
Right.
I understand. So I want that, but I want world peace too. Because if you just like World War II, if you don't stop it there, it's coming here, which it's already here anyway.
It is here.
But and not to be goofy, but World War II, they had a chance. They could have knocked Hitler off with a peanut when he first started. That's how weak it was, and they let it grow. And the end result is 60 million people dead. 60 million. That's the death toll of World War II.
Yeah. I don't know where
That's-
this. Well, Iran luckily they didn't get through with what they
But
did.
still-
They sent a lot of
still sent
things, 300 of them, right?
Intercontinental bullets.
You know what's going to
Missiles,
be?
everything.
what's
They
gonna
like
be-
to kill people.
If Israel responds too strongly, it's going to be a joke. We're in trouble. So they got to
Yes.
really be
They gotta
technically
be-
smart about this somehow.
Yeah, I think,
It isn't worth
I think
the.
what's going to happen is Israel's going to, you know how everybody's against what they're doing in Rafah and
Mhm.
going after us. I think they're going to annihilate that place now. Annihilate that.
Do what you got to do,
Do
man.
what you got to do,
Yep.
and then that.
That's my
But
feeling.
here's another good point. All the weaponry that Iran used was Chinese,
Of course. Well,
Yeah.
well, I saw they're good with them.
and they
Yeah,
got
they said.
the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a
Yeah.
huge failure for them. It
Sure.
was a huge embarrassment. Out of 300 rockets sent in, 99% were
All got shot down. Yeah.
Drones,
Drones, everything.
never made
Think
any.
about how cool. Oops. Think about how, that's kind of cool. Not cool. The drones can be. Think about this. I'm just talking about the technology. These things coming from 300 miles away
I know.
Yeah.
that are unmanned, just coming to do whatever they're going to do. I guess drop
And,
bomb or
the other
whatever.
one were very large, ballistic missiles.
Yeah.
And stuff like
The
that.
drones are big. I couldn't believe the size of them when I saw them. Yeah,
You see
I could
some-
fly in them if you wanted.
Yeah.
And I mean that's how big it looked.
Yeah.
But it's
That's the
unmanned. Just
future.
Jesus. Yeah.
So maybe someday you won't even have an air force. So that kind.
Let's see.
Seriously, it's not killing each other though. Wouldn't it be nice for having peace?
Yeah.
Where's John Lennon when you need him?
People are saying, sure, we still have terrorists here. Cash agrees, talking about Desert Storm. 9/11 is brewing again. Another type of 9/11. It
It's
feels
already,
like.
and he's already let them here. They're in here. Hezbollah and all those groups have tons of them in this country now.
And they were here. They were here in 01,
Well, you
2001.
You
So,
heard what's the name? The head of the FBI. What's it, right?
Christopher Ray.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I heard
You
him.
hear what he said? It's the highest threat level he's ever seen in his whole career. Is right now why we're sitting here.
Yeah, because we have millions of them pouring over the borders.
And the guy in the White House is totally
hey,
responsible for this.
did you guys
Totally.
notice since all this stuff, they don't talk about the border no more, really? We're talking more about what's going on in Israel and
Distraction.
overseas. So all of a sudden the border's kind of, I was just saying too, where's the
Mhm.
border on this?
Well, I've been, so, me, I watch a lot of Fox and the borders probably.
I
not
saw
there every day. I mean, they're watching. It's totally intentional. You know this.
Mhm.
And so welfare gives them ID and ID gets them the vote.
Yeah.
Bing.
I watched, the one day we watched CNN just to see
Yeah.
what it was like. And it was what I thought it was. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah.
Wow.
They try to show, don't they? I want to act like they're going to be kind of, we got this and then we're going to do everything. And they can't do it. It's, you know why it is? It's actually Trump that causes them to lose their mind.
Yes.
They can't help it.
Trump
He's the
derangement
one that
syndrome.
gets them just.
Well, I'll tell you
off.
what, and for those of you listening out there, all the way down south, so we go south of Buffalo, you have Trump signs everywhere. Everywhere you go. People we talk to in all the area, everybody's sitting talking like this.
Mm.
All of them. All of them. Down in Florida, boom. That's it. They
Wow.
want them. They love them.
Well,
We'll be broadcasting from Florida next
Maryland,
yeah, yeah, Maryland, right.
we'll call Trump and see if we can get to the. You got to see that place. Oh my God.
Oh,
Well, I guess
love
on
to
that
see
note,
it.
we should probably wrap it
I've
up.
been in front of this house a number of times.
Anything? What do you want to say? Anything? Do you have anything? we should be letting out there?
If you guys, everyone keep your eyes out for the Nick D'Angelo morning posters. They're out there. Dave has ripped all of them down. If you see one, take a picture of it and post it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And of course, we still.
Dave, I see so many of them that if I took my time to post them all, you'd be,
Yeah, you'd be like a
yeah,
your head
you'd
cut
be
off.
sitting at home just looking at my Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, and OJ did pass away. That's right. We
Yeah.
I
whatever.
feel bad.
You do?
No.
No, no.
I was like,
Yeah, we wouldn't even get into him.
No sarcasm yet.
no, he was, I got with that one.
So the only other thing is tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, I do Puckett with Bill about the NHL. What else we got going
I
on?
like that name.
Puckett, yeah,
Yeah.
Puckett.
When did the
Well, Saturday is there was
You
game
go on.
1.
I'm gonna go
New
for
Leafs.
Toronto.
All right.
Up in Toronto.
And
It's my adopted
the
team
team?
for the playoffs.
I'm liking it, Jerry.
And
What else am I doing? Friday, we got all.
Friday,
Friday, the special.
Oh.
Robin has put together the most incredible NFL draft book. She's got all 7 rounds. She's got a whole thing, and she's going to be on to do it with me and Scott. We're going to have a draft preview. She did it all.
Breakdown of every player that could be
And who
drafted.
they are, and she knows them all. Every name.
For who Buffalo's gonna
Go ahead, tell them.
Yeah,
Real quick. Come on here. Tell them. Tell them. You can go ahead. You can go.
if I were Buffalo, I would hope that Brian Thomas Jr. falls to them.
Right, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
If they could move up a couple spots to get him, I would. I think he's in a different tier than the receivers
I
below.
think that's what they're gonna do too. I like that. It's good.
Yeah, she's got it all. So we're gonna do that Friday with Scott
Wow,
Tagger.
Robin, I didn't know that you were that much.
Oh, yeah,
better than
she's-
John.
Oh, she is.
Oh my
She's
God.
ridiculous. Yeah, she knows.
I
You
know,
know
but he
stuff.
doesn't just drag me along. I actually like
Good.
it.
I listen to your.
Oh, you listen to that
show.
stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You know
It's
your
all-
shit.
Oh, I do everything with Jim Behringer too. Full press hockey.
Yes.
We'll have him on with me, and he's the guy that got. He's the insider. He
Maybe
knows everything.
Facebook can stop banning me and I can share these shows.
Saturday
That's
falls.
one big fan.
A couple groups.
Saturday falls count anywhere with Charlie Turner and Chris DiCarlo of the wrestling show.
Yep, this
And-
week is our monthly show.
Oh yeah, with the
with
guys.
George Shire and West Maidman.
Yes, our friends from Winnipeg, and the other guy is from Minnesota, so he'll be talking about old school wrestling. And then we'll be back on Monday. All right, guys. If you ever we might have a guest next week. You remember the Pit Chick?
Mhm.
There's some big meeting going on, I guess on the 24th or 25th next week, and some anti-Pit Chick might be coming on
Oh,
to talk and tell us about it, and then say, please, everyone go to the meeting.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we'll have the
very interesting.
anti-Pit Chick. So stupid. The name is so fun. Come on.
I know.
Tell me that's like not just. What do you?
Yeah,
It's disturbing. What are you doing? Because you're a pit bull chick.
yeah.
I guess.
All right. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week.
I got
Bye, everyone.